So a great example of readiness, preparedness, great example of immediacy of reply, and a great example of how a mobile call to action can be presented in a viral nature, specific to new donors and specific to raising funds. It's interesting that American Red Cross reports for their mobile giving activities during the Haiti relief era that 92% of all donations that came through mobile for them were all new incremental donors. They had never given to the Red Cross before. That's a pretty significant, that's a very significant transaction.
Agreed.
Today we are supporting 1,000 different charities, running several different thousand campaigns, typically at a $5 or $10 price point. Typically the price point today is, while we have 2 price points in market, most campaigns have migrated from $5 to a $10 solution. Chicago Public Radio uses mobile giving to raise funds during their periodic fundraising campaigns, and they integrate their call to action on radio, they integrate their call to action on podcasts, and they've been very, very successful at raising quick amounts of money in short periods of time, significant to their programming and significant, again, to their goal of reaching new demographics.
So, but part of the ideal situation, a lot of those, is natural disaster, and I'm thankful that you gave the Chicago Public Radio one. What makes a pretty good campaign? Because a lot of organizations, we're not wishing for natural disasters or anything, and don't have that component. But it seems to me, based on what we're hearing from you and others, is the organization has to be pretty good on the marketing and communication side in order to effectively get this message out there. So is there certain components the nonprofit has to have to make a successful campaign?
Well, yeah, of course, but I don't see any difference on that question, that topic, from mobile versus any other fundraising effort. You have to be on top of your game from a communication standpoint in order to be successful at what you do. With respect to the uniqueness of mobile, and because of, and particularly those factors of privacy, right? Your phone is your phone. If you're a donor or if you're a user, that phone, that's your phone, right? You don't want things to mess with it, right? So you want to keep it private. You want to use it when you want to use it. So permission-based marketing in mobile is the rule, and it drives a better loyalty response. So you're not going to push information to the phone in order to get a response unless you already have received permission by the owner of that phone to receive text messages or a communication to them for a specific purpose. So permission-based, which supports privacy, the immediacy of the channel, right? You can your phone is with you. Your phone is with you at all times, right? So it makes it convenient, right? When you get a text message, virtually all text messages are opened and read and responded to within 5 to 10 minutes of their receipt. That's huge. That's hugely significant. So it's efficient, and you want your call to actions to leverage that efficiency. It's effective because of the simple pervasiveness of text, right? We've got 260 million text-enabled phones across the United States today, and it's convenient. Almost 91% of all Americans who have cell phones typically have that phone within their reach 24 hours a day.
Yep.
So you take your call to action and you leverage that based on those factors of convenience, effectiveness, efficiency, which is about ensuring privacy and respecting this to be permission-based, leveraging the fact that you're looking for a response quickly. So if I'm going to do a call to action, I'm going to ask the audience to take their phone out and get ready, right? Grab your phone. I'm going to ask you to support a cause. the cause and the relevance of that cause to the audience is key, obviously. So that's your bridge, if you will, between the emergency response that we see and the cause response that we see. And that's shown through different celebrities and entertainers who use mobile giving to drive donations to charities that they support. So whether it's John Legend, whether it's going to be Stand Up to Cancer tonight in their cross-network telethon, there will be entertainers who will ask their fans to take action to support a cause of concern to them. So that when they make it personal and they define the reason why they're supporting that cause and the uniqueness of that cause combined with those other factors that are unique to mobile, that will always generate a higher response. And response today, excuse me for continuing to go on here, Derek, but let me just make one final point. The response today for mobile giving ranges on the low end of about 1.5%, which frankly is typically in a Major League Baseball stadium where there's a lot of activity going on and a lot of entertainment value that competes with attention, to on an average of 20%, which it typically comes in when when you are in a concert venue. You have a kind of a captured audience, if you will, and the entertainer is asking for a personal response to a cause. So it's in that range, and in the bulk of that response, if you will, typically when you're looking at, say, for American Idol or other major broadcast opportunities, it's around 1.5 to about 2% of an audience. So if you can get a 2 to 5% response, you're doing great.